Welcome back to the Magic Exists podcast with Danny Margot. I have a wonderful guest here. His name is Eric Bigger. He is a multi-talented TV personality, fitness expert, and motivational speaker dedicated to helping others achieve personal development. Eric also runs an executive coaching business, has authored three inspirational books, and is guided by a philosophy he coined called It's Miracle Season, which represents transformation, metamorphosis, and the evolution of mind, body, and spirit. His core areas of focus include advancing financial literacy, champion mental health, embracing wellness, and helping executives and entrepreneurs develop and scale their businesses. Adept at working with blue chip brands, Eric has served as both a brand ambassador and also an advisor to C-suite executives, sharing best practices on influencer strategy and DEI. Welcome, Eric.
Hey, thank you, Danny. I'm here, and I want to add to that spiritual fitness as well. That's a new paradigm of consciousness I'm calling in for the collective, for my clients, for myself, and for the world at large. We must, we should be spiritually fit, right? So here we are. Thank you for having me.
I love that. Okay, so the first question I like to ask all my guests is what is your strongest clair and how do you use that in your life?
Strongest Claire, you mean like clairvoyant or clairvoyant?
Yeah.
So that's I don't know the actual terminology. What I found out through another Akashic record reading I did maybe last year, and they were telling me I have all the clairs,
We
like
all do.
clairsentient, clairvoice, or audio. Uh, that's a great question. I'm trying to figure out what is my greatest clair. I mean, sensing things, I can see things. I mean, I'm a Pisces, so I'm already attuned to what I can't see. But I think just knowing things without logic, that makes sense, and
Yeah.
feeling what's bound to come, foreseeing things, foreseeing into the future, and trusting my knowing, my direct knowing. But yeah, just picking up on, you know, the reality that is outside of ourselves that's about to be called in. That makes sense.
So beautiful. Yes. And in terms of spiritual fitness, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, so spiritual fitness is an embodiment of your vessel, of your soul, of your spirit. And to be spiritually fit, you must hold within your vessel authenticity, integrity, um, awareness, truth consciousness, and really just being connected to your autonomy. Spiritual fitness is giving people the opportunity to use their vessels through movement, through awareness, through mind, body, spirit, to tap into their power, their remembrance, to get into a higher calling of their soul's purpose. So spiritual fitness came out of chaos when I was in a very dark, heavy space. I had a dark night of the soul. I was going through an ego death. I thought my dad was going to pass. I was in a very different type of relationship, and I was heartbroken. And so, out of that contrast, spiritual fitness was created because I had to tap into my spirit to become fit again. And in my darkest days, I realized what did I have that kept me going? I had the gym, which was my therapy, which was my medicine, and I had spirituality in a form of prayer that gave me certainty. So then I was like, oh, that's who I am. I am spiritual fitness. And then I created a formula for people in a movement sense, exercise for spiritual fitness. You have intention, which is what is your intention that you want to call into your life through your body. The body of the workout, which is 45 minutes, is movement. And in that space, we're having a high level conversation about your intention that you want to call in. After that 45-minute of movement, things are coming to you, things are coming to me. We're working out. It doesn't feel like you're working out because I'm holding space in such a sacred way. After the workout, we get into breath work, we get into affirmations, and then I pray. And then we embody all that in that session and we just keep doing it. And then eventually the life start changing, things start opening up, you start getting more ideas and downloads or uploads about what's for to come. And I'm slowly still unpacking it as far as like the complete ideology. It's only like I'll say a good like maybe 18 months in. And yeah, I'm writing a book about it. So I'm like 20,000 words written, and I gotta read it from cover to cover, and it should be out in the summer. early fall. So
Oh
we
my goodness. Amazing. I love all of that. And something I downloaded about spirituality earlier today, actually, I was contemplating what that meant to me, even. And oftentimes, I think in the past, I would be like, oh, spirituality is like my belief system or something, outside of me. And I'm deciding to think spiritually. But actually, spirituality is a way of being and how we move through this world. And it's knowing, like you said, like stepping into your full power, knowing how much power you have because you are connected to God and everyone. And it's moving through life with compassion and love and having peace in your heart and your mind and your body because of that connection to God consciousness. And yeah, so anything about spirituality, I absolutely love. And before we hopped onto this podcast, you talked a little bit about how you're moving into the space of surrender and accepting all the abundance that's coming your way. Can you talk a little bit about maybe where you were and maybe in ways that you might have restricted or resisted some things in abundance in your life and how you're moving towards and now opening to more of that in your life?
Yeah, I think the old me, the old version of myself, it was great. It was very successful in a way of like me, love me, be part of my world because of my woundedness, right? Of what I didn't get because of the abandonment wound I held in my vessel. So I wanted to achieve, look a certain way, be successful so people could love and like me. So with that energy, I was attracting an authenticity from people, even through myself, because I had this mask on. I want you to like me because I'm perfect. I'm a people pleaser. I want to appease you. Don't leave me. Don't abandon me unconsciously. So now, also, what stood out to me now when I was in the old version of me was great, driven, energy, prominent, excellence, but I wasn't authentic, right? So I was getting the things I wanted, but I wasn't getting the things I need. So now that I'm outside of that frequency and I'm in a new frequency and I'm more rooted in my authenticity, transparency, and what serves Eric and not what serves others for others to like me, I'm able to notice now the old me wouldn't ask for help because I don't want to feel like I need it or I'm the helper. Now I was just telling Danny that I have a big opportunity that just came in that's going to change my life. And I got people in my life that I trust and I've trust all of my life, but now I'm like, I need them more in this present moment because I don't. Because here's the old Eric can do these things by himself, for himself, and he can get it done. But I don't want to do that by myself no more in this way because I know I could invest time and energy into someone who can do the things I don't have the capacity to do so I can go further in the moment of abundance that's coming in and not just, oh, look at me. And then I crash because I didn't allow myself to spread energy in a way where that energy that I'm bringing in can help me even more. And I'm not trying to do everything. So the old version is what is it? Is it hyper independent? I'm so independent. I'm not open to help or support. The new version is, what makes sense? What's going to get me to point A to be the easiest, quickest, and what's going to allow me mental peace? Oh, okay. So, okay, a friend of mine, a great friend of mine, is like my brother. He's my stylist. He's been styling me for years. Hey, bro, guess what? I got this really big gig, and we talk this into existence because we talk about these things. I think you got to fly in. I'm going to fly you in. I need your help. Right. So something small as making that shift within my consciousness and knowing that and trusting that, right? Because it's, I was telling him before I got on the call, it's not about this gig, this opportunity, this abundance. It's about what it's going to do for you, for me, for we, for us, through us 10 years, 5 years, 3 months, 6 months down the line. I'm planting new seeds to have a new harvest where I'm programming myself to have a bigger team, where I can bring in the resources to serve more people, to serve me, to build my brand even bigger without having this fear of, you know. So I'm just more accepting of what is to get more of what I'm calling in that I need. And this time around, I have love in my life before I didn't, when I'm saying from a partner. So it's different when you can call someone you love and care about and you can release whatever you're dealing with mentally, emotionally, and you have their trust and their presence around where before I didn't have that. It was just me thinking about the thinking my perspective, only my paradigm. And it's interesting because my girlfriend say, "Look, just know these things are great, but contain your energy and don't scatter it or misplace it in other places to disturb you from what you need to focus on." And to hear that is great, and to know it is even better. But the better thing is, I never had that feedback. I am the feedback. So to get a perspective from someone outside looking in, it makes you think to hold more space for yourself to allow that to expand. So now I'm just more like, okay, it's okay. Calling your help. These opportunities on the table. So let's go. And here I am.
Amazing. And I absolutely love like that's one of the things I like really inspired by you about just all the abundance that you love sharing with
Yeah,
all the people around you. And it's such a concept of like the 3D. We are meant and conditioned to be so alone and independent. And like being independent is actually like a superpower in that 3D perspective. And moving into the new earth, 5D perspective, it is all about connection and oneness and how we can support each other. And actually, like when we find our power is when we do things in groups. And
heard of that.
it's
Oh,
just revolutionary. And I love the topic of what you said about authenticity, because that is something that I have been moving into as well. And for me, authenticity, I see it as like a pillar of light of soul truth, right? Like consistently listening to my intuition, consistently being strong in my beliefs with conviction and living from that place, speaking from that place, hearing from that place, embodying from that place, acting from that place. What do you describe as authentic?
that's great. I love how you said that. I want to take it back to when you do things in group. What you say when you do things in group, you actually expand your power. I've never thought of it like that. Wow, that just shifted something in me. I feel that in my soul. Wow, it feels good. I say authenticity to me is being connected to your heart, being more in your body about the truth that you are in the moment. So I had a speech last weekend at my university, my alma mater, Hampton University, and I was speaking to the students there that were freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors. And before I get into any space, any container, I make sure I put prayer out in the universe. I pray over things with intentions because this is another side of spiritual fitness. It's not just movement of your body, it's movement of energy through your vessel. So I know I'm about to walk into, a classroom, a lounge full of students, and they're going to be giving me their attention, their time, and their energy. So what do I want to call in, and how do I want to co-create in that space, and how do I want to articulate what I know to serve my authenticity, not my ego, which is the mind. And I was there, and as I'm praying, I'm asking God, I'm like, give me the space to be in my heart, to connect to their hearts. Give me the authenticity to speak my truth with no fear, no resistance. So I believe authenticity is being truly in your heart, truly in your body, and really honest about the reality you live and what's going on in your body in the moment. So there's a version of us, people that's in the public eye, like myself, who have success, who's done a lot of things, where when we talk about our success, we talk about everything we've become, the things we get and who we are, and we generalize our pain. Oh man, hard work, you gotta sacrifice, some people you gotta lose, and which is great, but we're still not connecting to the audience heart's voice, the voice of the heart of the audience. So for me, I made sure that I spoke about my dark night of the soul. I made sure I spoke about that I was dating someone who was suicidal. I made sure I spoke about like I had all this fame and success, but I was sad. I made sure I gave them a version of me they didn't know before. So now they can drop more inward to themselves and connect to the inward of me. Instead of, yeah, I went to the school here and I graduated and I've been on TV and I wrote these books and I traveled the world. And no one cares about who are you. You don't care about what you do and who you are. I mean, what you have. We care about who are you. People don't care about how much you know until you know how much you care. I care about what I'm giving people to benefit themselves. Because if I'm speaking from my mind, which is my ego, they're not getting fed spiritually. They're not becoming more spiritually fit. So authenticity is being in your heart. And actually, what I channeled in that moment after the speech was heart authenticity. When we're in our heart, we're connected to our truth, and therefore we're able to be more authentic.
I absolutely love that. And I think there's like a layer of vulnerability there, right? And even when you and I met, we went to Nate Ortiz's seminar and I didn't know who you were before that. And you were talking about the dark night of the soul and all these things. And I just remember turning around and looking at you and being like, this guy has seen the depths of his soul, the shadows, and he has come back. And it's that level of vulnerability that I think drew me to you and that energy of what you were going through, because it was something similar that I had just gone through. And so connecting, and I feel like that's a part of the heart, right? Recognizing and seeing that we are all going through similar journeys here on earth and we are not alone. And we are, when we share that part of us, it not only can maybe change someone's life, but inspire someone, make someone feel less alone, and just connect us in a deeper way that we have not felt connected before.
Yeah, I think, and the biggest thing is so interesting because you never know why you meet people. Because I was drawn to you. I was like, man, I could feel she power. I want to know what she picked up about because I was going through it when I met you. I had like alopecia. I was losing hair. I was stressed out. I was going through it. I think we did a session, and one of the sessions you told me something. She's like, it was a soul reading you did for me. And you said, before you leave the house, I want you to check in with yourself. If you're not connected in your heart, don't make a decision, don't do anything. Before you leave the house, everything, make sure. And I didn't realize that just now that you spoke that 2 years ago, at the end of 2023. And you were saying like when I'm in my head, it's more like I'm struggling to go upstream. When in my heart, it's just like I'm floating upstream with ease and like abundance is flowing and it's just happening for you and it's easy. She said, two paths lead to one. You're gonna get where you gotta go. You can make it hard, you can make it easy. If you want it easy, get in your heart. And the vulnerability portion, I didn't even know I was becoming so vulnerable because I was so in my heart. So that vulnerability being in my heart, especially as a man, has allowed me to receive more love, understand love in a different dynamic, and to be able to receive it where I'm holding it and not giving it away as soon as I get it. For me to drop more into deep intimacy with my partner and hold space and not put walls up or run because I'm so trying to justify the intellectual side of love in my mind. And that vulnerability has allowed more people to want to be a part of my work, more people to want to understand the life I live and who I am. So now that I'm thinking about all these things that's coming in now, all these things, I mean, these things are already on the table. Let's be clear. But now after that speech and me, channeling that heart authenticity, now they're coming to fruition and it's opened up because
I love it. I love it. So this podcast is Magic Exists, right? And so for me, Magic Exists is those divine synchronicities, trusting that the universe will bring the abundance. And it's being so in your heart and connected to God consciousness and connected to others that just things happen with ease and with flow, and everything you desire comes easily. I love that you brought, the Akashic Records reading, because I do remember when I met you, you were definitely more in the logical thought processes, right? Like kind of like, oh, I'm gonna think my way through these things. And now when I see your energy now, you are so grounded in your body. And that's often what I see with a lot of people that I coach. We've been taught and conditioned since we were a kid that the logic and the mind is what holds the power. But oftentimes that leads to a lot of, anxiety, depression, struggle, decision fatigue, self-doubt. That's where like the insecurity actually stems from. And I believe that when we are insecure, and or at least when I'm insecure, I can't be as vulnerable with myself, with my partner, with my friends, because I feel this wall even within myself that I'm scared to even look within. And so when I was able to break through that and just offer myself love, whether I judge myself or not, through those insecurities, I've been able to open up to more people. And what you're saying, right? More people are attracted to that energy.
and it's a awareness of like right now so much coming in. It's so easy. to go back into the mind because I want to figure everything out. It's like, relax. Like, imagine me coming on this podcast, right? And me not telling you what's going on. It's because in my mind, I don't want you to know because I don't want you to judge me. But I drop into my heart, say, hey, Danny, guess what? This is what's happening in my life right now. This is what's happening, but I'm happy to be here. I'm being vulnerable about where I'm at. So when we get in this container on this podcast, it's not, my frequency is not distorted because I'm hiding some information from you, but you can feel it. But you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm learning as well. I'm letting you know, so now you're aware. Now we can have a deeper, more vulnerable, more authentic conversation, and I don't have to run from the truth that I feel in or know. And I just got another download, and that's what my spirit was telling me when I was at the university. It's like all you need to focus on, if you just in your heart and you're authentic, you're gonna go far in life. That's it. Don't worry about details. Don't worry about certifications. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about none of that. Like, think about it, but don't give it too much. Just stay in your heart and you stay there and you be authentic. The world is going to open up to you. And that's what I know. So it told me, I don't care what platform, who's in the audience, how many, if I speak from those spaces, I'm going to be forever great the rest of my life. And I don't even got to know the topic I'm going to speak on. But if I get here, magic and miracles. And when I was in Peru, my spirit guides and higher self, when I was on plant medicine, it said magic is in the heart and miracles are in the solar plexus. And I was just like, interesting. And I believe those things got activated when I was there. I was having a body upgrade. And here we are.
I absolutely love that. I want to talk a little bit about what you think miracles are, but before that, I feel the same about podcasts. That has been something, the reason why I started podcasts, right, is because I feel like I don't speak well or I don't know how to articulate my thoughts and feelings out to the world. And so I wanted to create a space in which I felt free and safe to do so. And so like I started with the intention. I called in our spirit guides and I just allowed us to place a beautiful intention onto this space. And so I trust whatever is meant to come through will be for the highest good of the collective, and it will be divine and it will be beautiful wisdom. And it's been a struggle to get to this place, but now that I'm here it feels so open and freeing and just so guided. And so I want to talk about Peru because I also went to Peru and had freaking magic, and so I need to go back for sure. But tell us a little bit about your experience about that heart and that solar plexus, because I do think they work side by side, and when you activate both, not only can you know unconditional love, but you know your power and your sovereignty within your being as a multidimensional person.
Yeah. So Peru, the intentions on Peru because I was heartbroken. My relationship that I was in, the friends I had to leave behind to step into this new container of my spiritual power, my spirituality. So it started from going to Joshua Tree, doing a cacao ceremony. That really healed parts of me that I didn't know what happened. And then I got called to go to Peru. So Peru was 11-day spiritual retreat put on by Sia, a good friend of mine. She's from Australia. She does the Rainbow Tablet. She has like 3 books out, and she's so powerful. And she said, "I'm getting a call from the ancestors that it's okay for me to invite you on this trip. You don't have to worry about paying. Everything is set up for you. You just need to buy a ticket and be there." She said, "Look, it's up to you if you want to take plant medicine or not." And I was kind of like, I did the cacao. Cacao was a little light. And then so I get there and I'm like, I'm not going to come this far and not try the plant medicine. One thing that stood out the most in Peru for me that was part of my shadow frequency in myself was I was complaining a lot on the mountains because I'm afraid of heights. Um, I was complaining about the length of time. I mean, some of the hikes were 7 hour hikes, 5 hour hikes, right? And my patience was so activated in a way where I was so impatient. So make a to get to the root of what I'm saying was that I realized I don't like waiting because I don't like feeling in my body. Go back to the mind, right? So she did a clearing for me about my heights, and I found out that at maybe like the age of 5 or 6, someone disrupted my boundaries. And I think I was an uncle or cousin, and they were throwing me up to the ceiling, and I was afraid. They were laughing. They wouldn't put me down. So that from that point on scarred me. So we're doing the session, um, and she's like, "How does your heart feel?" I'm like, "My heart is fine." So then she gets up. She's like, "Well, how's the back of your heart? How's this part?" She doesn't know I dislocated my shoulder 3 times, and it came out of that part of my back. She said, "That's where the fear is. That's where the wound is, and that's why you keep dislocating your shoulder." And I was like, "Wow!" So we do the Inca Trail. We hike. It's raining. Like I'm in it. Like let's go. It was great. It wasn't as hard as I thought, but I was triggered again because then it started pouring down really hard. And we was sitting on a bus for like an hour or two. And I'm just like, oh, look at this. I got to sit with this. Okay, big guy, let's go. So that goes on. And then the next day, we actually hike Machu Picchu, where that was like an hour and 20-minute hike. And mind you, I haven't eaten protein because we're going to do plant medicine. I haven't done that yet either, and I didn't lift weights for 2 weeks. So I don't feel like my most strongest self. I feel weak. It's like a pilgrimage. I'm hiking up one of the biggest mountains in the world, and I get close to the top. And let me tell you something. It's like another part. You go like a small stairs, and I freaked out. Mind you, I want to go before the group. So I'm all the way up there, and I like almost panic. Mine used being on top of a mountain, and you're at the edge of a cliff, and you're like, oh my God. So then I just sat there, I took a deep breath, and like, relax. And a part of me said, well, I can just say I made it here and go back down. And I was like, no, you won't. I prayed, protect me, watch over me. I trust you. I trust these mountains. Because honestly, it's just you in the mountains. No one up there. I mean, it's people hiking. In 3 minutes, this tall guy just walks by. And he's like 6'3", long legs. Because that's the thing, my legs are long. He's like, come on, we're 95% complete. And I was like, that's God. I can follow this man. And then we go up the small little stairs because they little bitty
I
stairs.
know which ones you're talking about. You have to like climb with your hands and feet. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like on the other side of the stairs is nothing but the cliff. You can fall and be gone. So I get up there and I get to the top and I'm like, I really just hiked. No, I've never had that in my mind that I could hike Machu Picchu and be at the top where the clouds are. But the scariest thing wasn't getting to the top, it was coming down. It took longer to get down than to get up because my legs so long. So I had to sit on some of those small little stairs just to climb down. So that was great. And I think we was going, I think the next day, I think we had a day off and then we got ready for St. Pedro, Achuma. And I'm in my head, of course, because I want to think platinum. I've never smoked weed, right? So imagine what plant medicine, but I know it's so broken. So I had the medicine, and it was like, oh, that's this. And I'm like, she's like, yeah, it's gonna take about 15 to 20 minutes to start kicking in. So I'll go find a seat, like in a Maraca. I think that's the name of it. It was like a big garden, right? People were, it's like 19 of us. So I go and I just lay down, and I'm sitting, and next thing you know, I start getting downloads, and spirit, the medicine saying, no more gentle giant, no more being the awesome giver. In order to be a king, you must receive. In order to be a king, you must receive. And you must ask for help. I started breaking down, crying, like, I can't give you no more, I can't. And oh, by the way, these downloads you're getting, you can't write them. Go find someone and ask them to write your messages.
Wow.
Like, so I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, no, you can't write them. So I go find my friend, and Dani. That wound was so heavy in my body, I couldn't even ask her without crying. I'm like, still, can you write my? And I just broke down like a baby. And I was like, wow. So I'm sitting there. She said, so what is it? Tell me. She started to write. She started to write. I think she did like 8 messages. And it's like something left me where my shoulders dropped. She's like, yeah. She said, that's your divine feminine coming in, your softening. That's good. She's like, relax, it's okay. You need anything? I was like, damn, that feels so good to get help in such a subtle way. I mean, I just had to ask her to write something. It's great. I was getting all types of stuff about like black race is the human race, plant medicine, celebrity. Like I was getting so many hits. Psychedelic was going to happen the next 3 to 4 years. So then we had a day off to integrate, and then we had one more journey a day after that, 2 days after that, and I was ready. And that's when I was sitting, literally, like I was sitting open, like I was on a cross, like Jesus. And it's like my solar plexus was like boom, 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 boom. And then like it's miracle season frequency was coming to me like it's miracle season is a frequency. It's a healing frequency that ends all suffering. So the transmission of this miracle season is healing people without them knowing. So if they look at it, if they wear it, they're gonna be healing. And prior to going to Peru, I had a cousin tell me, I don't know if you know what I know, cuz like this miracle scene stuff, I can't explain it to you. Like it feels good on my body. He started to cry. I'm like, what? So I'm recalling that moment that he was this what he was trying to tell me. He's like, man, wearing your hoodies and your hats. I don't know, I just feel protected. And I'm like, that's what the it was telling me that it's a healing frequency. So that's when I realized, oh, miracles is in the solar plexus. And it's like your heart is a magic, and it was telling me like you have healing hands, so my hands got activated, and I'm like, wow, like it was like I was transforming. I was like, what is this? And those 2 days went on, and it cleared me, and I never felt so clear. Like I felt my heart open, like whatever I was dealing with from that breakup or that betrayal, like left me. And as soon as I get off the mountain, come back home, meet my girlfriend. The timing of it, I couldn't receive her if I wasn't in that space, right? Of receivership. And I said, if I want to be a king, I gotta ask for help and I gotta be able to receive. In order to be a king, you have to receive. So I feel like it was part of my kingdom activation and open up my heart to a new reality to be in my divine masculine and to be strong in it and to trust it. So here I am and I'm ready for another journey. Whenever spirit guys like, it's fun. So I'm just thinking,
Thank you so much for sharing that. You're just so articulate in the way in which you describe all the experiences that you had and the processes and the thought processes and all the things, activations that were happening for you. And I think there's so much magic when it comes to being held in space, right? Being held in, like, you went to Joshua Tree and then Peru, and some of the biggest transformations that I've had and downloads have been in these spaces because you're co-creating the space with a facilitator. They are holding space for you, and you are able to see things in a different perspective and be able to channel things in a different perspective. Not that you can't do things, on your own day to day, but it's anyone who's looking for that kind of healing, I highly recommend that. And I haven't done plant medicine yet, but it's on my list. I feel like coming forward sooner rather than later.
yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where I was so broken because like my heart, I was physically broken, and I was scared to tell people because I didn't want people to worry. And after my cacao and Joshua tree, it like I was sipping it, and it's like it went away. I'm like, it's not there no more. And I went to the bathroom to go, urinate, and it was like spirit was telling me like this is your body releasing all the fear and all that pain from that situation. And the cacao was telling me, Mama Cacao was saying, everything that was trying to take you out was trying to keep you from your other side of you getting to me to get to your spirituality, your higher self. Because my North Node is in Pisces, sixth house. So in this lifetime, I'm supposed to be a spiritual leader, right? And talk about health, body, mind, spirit, Pisces, North Node, and my South Node is in Virgo. So I'm always want to have like structure, logic, right? You, you know what I got to do. And now my new saying, I got it from Kabbalah, is like having certainty beyond logic, and that's the Pisces energy. And the
Uh,
logic is the Virgo. That's the past life, right? So everything just adds up. It makes sense, and receiving healthy love. I think this is the first time in my life I'm receiving healthy love in a partnership where it's healing me in ways that is helping me heal my family, the mother wound of my family. So it's this spiritual work really works. It changes you in ways you can't imagine. And when you get in your heart and you can become authentic and feel safe in your body about it, the world opens up. And you can live in your power.
Yeah, it's so magical. So, so freaking magical. So your North Node and your Sun sign are both Pisces.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Mine's a little different. My South Node is Leo, but my Sun is Leo, so I'm moving towards Aquarius, which is so I feel like, and I'm a Gemini rising, so I feel like those two are more similar, and I'm moving away from Leo. So it's an
What's your
interesting
moon
thing.
and your Mercury?
My moon is Pisces.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know what my Mercury is.
Mercury is your thinking and your communication planet. So mine's is an Aquarius. So I think like an Aquarian and communicate well. It's like so unconventional, but I'll make it make sense. And I'm here to be innovative, spiritual fitness. I'm here to create new paradigms in my life and the life of others. Like no one's done what I'm doing, and I think that's what always will come in and hold me back because I was always Virgo, so I know looking for the right thing to do. Right, like who's the mentor of this? Like you're the mentor by the transmission of the experience because my human design is a 3/6. So I'm here to experiment and trial and error to see what works. It all just makes sense when you have information on yourself, and it's just beautiful.
That's so cool. A download came through yesterday, actually. I feel like this resonates that as my Leo, right? That's my past life. That's what I'm moving. That's what I'm already a master. I wanted to be a travel blogger like in my 20s and travel the world and all the things. And the download just came through that I meant to travel the world to be a grid worker, right? So it's like to actually be take it from the spiritual side. So I was seeing it from the ego side, right? Like this is what everyone else is doing, and this is why I want to travel. But actually, I meant to do it for like a multidimensional reason.
And what's your midheaven? You know your midheaven?
No.
Very important. So your MC to people listening, because I study astrology and numerology, because this is how I help my clients scale their souls and their purpose. Because a lot of my clients make good money. Is your midheaven is your 10th house, is your career placement, your reputation, and how people see you in the world, right? So that's how people want you to show up or how people see you showing up. So for me, my midheaven is Leo.
Ah.
Energy. Look at me. Ah. And I got to express my authenticity, my charisma, my positivity, my drive. I'm here to help people. What else did I say? I said midheaven. I said something else. Actually,
Mercury?
your Mercury is your thinking and communicate. So how you think and communicate is your Mercury planet, right? So the thing about your midheaven is so important because that is how, in a social sense, how people see you in the world. So this is why TV stuff is always coming up, speaking engagements. I'm like people's favorite trainer, so to say, right? Because of that magnetism of Leo is coming through me, mixed with the Pisces. So it's like I'm the spiritual leader with this charisma to make people understand unconventional language, Mercury and Aquarius, to make them feel safe. Because I also realize I have like Cancer in like the 11th house or 10th house, so I have all this like water with fire, and then I got the 4 planets in Capricorn. So I have to build structure to spirituality to push it out in the world to help the collective raise their frequency and heal. So like it's all in the North Node is in Pisces for the next probably like 15 months.
That's so cool. Oh my goodness. I definitely need to do like
Yeah,
a reading on
turn
all
your
that chart.
MC. Yeah, let's do a reading. Let's do your life path number.
Yes, numerology. I want to ask you about this because I feel like this is big, right? This year we're in a collective year 9, and I'm in a personal year 9. And I just had a reading that I'm a 459. So my 4 is like Virgo energy structure, and then my 5 is freedom. And for a while, being an entrepreneur, I was like, I wanted to work. I would either go through periods of working all the time, or I would hate working and want to be free and not have any structure. And so this medium I saw, she's like, well, they're literally combative. And so until you can find structure within freedom or freedom within structure, then that's when your business is going to thrive. And so for me, it's been like scheduling, 2 weeks off and then knowing I'm going to work hard the next, 3 months and then I'm going to take 2 weeks off. So it's like giving myself planned freedom in the structure of spirituality.
Yeah, and I think that's beautiful because what I've been doing lately to help me have more freedom in my energy, because everybody wants my energy. I looked it up because you have placid and you have whole sign, and I realized in whole sign astrology when you look it up, it's the houses are more accurate because in placid my fifth house is in Pisces, not my sixth house. But sixth house Pisces is you want to help everybody, you want to heal everyone. You're all about health and well-being, and everybody wants your energy. So sometimes when I get up and people know I'm up, they're always coming into my frequency. So what I'm doing, what I think will benefit you and people listening, if you're a creator, if you're an entrepreneur, depending on what space you're in, batch your content. So every Sunday, I film all my content. So everything that people are saying has already been filmed, it's already scheduled. I can just be here on a podcast and I think about content. I already created it on Sunday. So that gives me more space to have more time to do other things, maybe get rest, get on podcasts, and not be scattered in my thinking because I'm thinking about what I didn't do, right? But astrology is so important, numerology. So you said 459, four structure, law and order. Anybody that's birthdays on the 4th, 13th, 22nd, 31st, they are structured made people. If they have structure, they're going to be successful. People who are five, they love travel, they're curious. They know people from all walks of life. It's a sensuality, it's sensual sign, it's freedom, it's change, right? And then nine is the humanitarian. They sacrifice time, money, energy for the greater good. They're willing to do any and everything for the collective, for people. They just want the acknowledgement, right? So that within itself helps. So I always tell people if you can write out your birthday right now, write your month, your day with your year, and add it up. So my birthday is 3/9/88. So if I do 3 and 9, that's 12. 1 and 2 is 3. So my attitude number is a 3, right? If I add up 1988, 1 and 9 is 10, 10 and 8 is 18, 18 and 8 is what, 26. So 2 and 8 is, I mean 2 and 6 is 8, plus my 3 is 11. So that makes me a life path 11. Oh,
That's a powerful number I heard. My best friend's Chelsea's that in 11 too.
yeah, so it's a master number. So I'm an old soul. I've been here before, and a lot of great leaders like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Barack Obama, Tony Robbins, a lot of the presidents are 11s. Kanye West. I mean, a lot of people who have like power, because they've been here. They've mastered certain lifetimes. And the royal family will have C sections for some of the babies so they can be born on the 11th or become life path 11th. So that's why I feel I've been through such an intense experience of living because of that reincarnation of that wisdom of my soul. And what you said earlier about sharing, being a 3811, because if I add everything up, it's 38. Part of my purpose is my material success and wealth is not for me, it's to share for others. So if I get it and keep it, it depletes me. So I must share my knowing, I must share my resources, and I must help those who are helping themselves to help the world. So it's part of my design.
Wow, which is so innately you, I feel like, so giving.
Yeah.
I
I can't
love
even
that.
help it. I be like, damn, am I giving too much? But it's just like I get a hit. Like all the clients, I'm like, you need to go to Danny, you need to go to Danny, you go to Danny. I'll pay for it. Go to Danny, go to Danny, go to Danny. Because that's what I'm supposed to do. Because I can't do everything. But I know the people who can help me get people to their next thing.
Yeah.
Community. 11, the number 11 is about community as well. The 11th house in astrology is a community house. So whatever place you have in your 11th house in your natal chart will be how you show up in the world. So, yeah.
Oh, beautiful. I'm so grateful for you. Where can my clients find you or my listeners find you?
Hey, well, clients, listeners, just go to Instagram at Eric Bigger. Check out my link tree, sign up for intentions call, get my book, 100 Days of Wisdom. Also have another book, Transformation, change your mindset, change your energy, change your life. I also have a numerology course that I did. It's a little different, but if you really attune and pay attention, it helps. And last but not least, my biggest thing now, because I'm so into my authenticity, I want to build with people who want to build with me. I want to build rapport with people. I want to build trust. I don't want to say, oh, come look at me and get my things because the perception of me, I want you to get the reality of me. Not what you see, what you feel, and what you want to work through. I even tell potential clients, I'm like, look, if this not a hell yes for you to work with me, don't sign up. Don't give me your money. I'm cool. I don't want to be half in on anything I'm doing anymore. I don't want to wing it because I can. Because your energy is going to affect my energy, and we're going to be tied regardless. So I want genuine connections. I appreciate integrity and authenticity. And I'm not saying that you got to be perfect, but just be real. But other than that, and also download the podcast, Spiritual Fitness. By the way, I got to get you on a podcast. I got to get your schedule. So we got to set that up ASAP.
I'd love that.
Yeah, just connect and DM me. And I just want to see the world a better place. I've been here before. So sometimes I think we talked about this in one of our readings, Danny. I'm like, yeah, I just get it. I've been here. Like certain things just don't move me like they used to. But now I'm in this new space, creating this new life. I understand what the next phase is. So heart, authenticity, spiritual fitness, and truth consciousness. I wanted to share something about the collective, about money, purpose, and your calling. So lately, I've been experiencing people in my life that I'm close to, that I love. People that I know that do really well in business. I just signed up a client too who has three businesses, multi millionaire, right? And she said, I want to pull out all my businesses, sell them, leave them alone, and I want to become an opera singer. I just want to focus on my passion. That was my calling when I was a little girl, and I just want to do that. I have another family member who is very successful, has money, and they were telling me they was an investor and they made a lot of money off their investment. They're rich. He's like, but he was telling me, he's like, but it's not mine. It's not my creation. It's someone else's. So now they create a product that's theirs. So I'm learning that people want to do things that's connected to their soul's purpose because that's going to bring them fulfillment. Even though having money is great, it doesn't make them happy. So now they're like, oh, I have all these resources, but I'm still not fulfilled. It's because they're not in their soul's purpose of their design self, if that makes sense. But I wanted to share that because I think the old paradigms are falling and new paradigms are being created. And it's about what do you want to create? What do you want to be in for your highest good, not for your ego and not for just money? Because money will park you, love will park you, relationships will park you if you're getting them out in a way that's not in alignment of your soul's desire. So people, follow your bliss, follow your heart, don't think about the money so much that you miss out on the real currency, and that's your spiritual currency, and that's of your soul. So it is.
So beautiful. Thank you so much, Eric. I'll leave all the contacts in the show notes. And thank you so much sharing everyone love on this beautiful day. And until next time.